Alright, I like these dummies for obvious reasons. You can really go crazy with them as long as you don't use any knives or projectile instruments. But definitely it's good for focus. It's good for accuracy, focusing on the temple, the forehead, the solar plex, the weak, vulnerable points of your opponent, the jaw, where a heavy bag is moving back and forth and you're just literally just hitting a big object. But this helps with focus along with the pads. You got to use the focus pads, and at some point we'll show you some drills working on combos with those pads at another time. But it's basically start slow, working on your accuracy. Here I am just doing palms. So this bag is good for uppercuts, obviously, and palm strikes and straight punches, and hooks too. Also, it's supposed for kicks and maybe some wild high knees, maybe even some headbutts. So it's good to work with different bags to work on different techniques. Some are better for kicking, some are better for striking, some are better for straight punches, some are better for uppercuts. The heavy bag, this is over 100 pounds. I'm probably not going to do as many combos and just focus on just single strikes. Do a little double in there every now and then. Singles and then doubles, and work on the combos. Quick jab, jab, punch. Advancing, moving into close quarter. From your outer perimeter, moving straight in. Work on some other combos. Maybe, start with jab, jab, punch. So maybe a jab and a couple shovel hooks. Uppercuts, go towards the head. Shovel hooks are down here, towards the stomach, solar plex. So like so. Working to not telegraph your punches, to move the fist out first, and then the body. This is something that, if you're learning from a book, you may not get that little detail, so a lot of people end up telegraphing their strikes. Same thing with hooks. For example, we're actually going to do a jab and two hooks to the head, right here. Instead of jabbing and then going out and striking, we're moving this way, keeping the elbow in, protecting our ribs, and then snapping. Remember, knockout power is all about torque your waist, rotating your weight, driving your weight into the punch instead of like an iron bar, weighing, hitting something, brute force. Think of like a chain with weight at the end of it, and that being swung. So that's the analogy of torque and weight and momentum. Into the body. This is actually jab, punch, hook right here. Another thing I like to do after I catch my breath is rich hand. This is more martial arts than boxing. It's actually a karate chop. Moving in with this part of the bone, the goal is to hit this part of the temple for a more subtle knockout blow. Of course, if you hit too hard or the wrong way, you are going to break your hand. So it's good to practice until you really know your muscles and your body. If you strike too hard in the back, you're also going to pull something. If your tendons and your joints aren't up to par. So here's a rich hand, open hand. If you hit someone pretty much right on the money, they're going down with a rich hand like that. But the downside is it is a telegraph blow. It is a very telegraph blow. So if someone sees it coming, they're going to be able to block it. Backhands don't have much power, but they can if you torque your body just right. Some martial arts will move their body weight this way as they strike, but some will actually torque their waist the other way. You're going to have to find what works for you. I have a tough time not telegraphing the back fist though. Some people prefer, instead of doing the back fist this way, to snap it up this way, smashing into the nose. All right, I'm going to conclude the workout without the gloves. Just working on palm strikes. Palm strikes to the face only takes 7 pounds of pressure to break a nose. So obviously, you're going to be able to take care of yourself if you can torque your entire body weight behind your palm strikes. And I've seen a number of people at the UFC get knocked out from a single palm strike in some of the earlier shows. Big guys, the blow being delivered by a smaller guy. Maybe practice without your hands up. Leave your hands down. Because in a self-defense situation, in the street, you're not going to have time to get your hands up here. You don't want to telegraph, so it's going to have to come from down here, or in here, or maybe even from behind here. I think in women's self-defense, they should be covering knockout power with a palm strike, because you're going to bust your fist if you hit real hard a concrete wall, or someone with a concrete skull, so to speak, or a skull. It's really hard. The head is hard, especially the back of the head. The hands get broken all the time. That's also why they use gloves in boxing, not just to protect your head, but to protect the hands. A lot of very delicate bones in the hands. But with the palm, it seems you can really hit a lot harder and not do the same amount of damage. Reach hand in there once in a while. Practice your footwork, keep moving. And that's it.